Chapter 9.
The devil you know.
The devil.
7 months ago.
Oh. No, we're traveling further back in time. What?
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand.
Oh, stupid headphones keep getting
The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door bust open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
Oh, look, now he's not there. And that is what change is all about. Oh, Solomon's here now, and he wasn't there before. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar! How come we don't see the parents of, Rollo? Also, at this fair, the parents of Beck are not here. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret. The perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us that they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days while they had us evacuated. Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what. These people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you as sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. Now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Oh, how did I know? Frickin' Solomon Grundy over here. Slow clap. That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for your rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, yes, sir. You've done quite quality work for me, William. I look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled
How
through
did I
the crowd.
call it? Because Solomon just seemed so obviously the bad guy. Just look at his face. And they chose a Rottweiler.
Thankfully, we can dispense the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can call me Sharper. Yep, knew it. Sharper Valentine.
His
I thought a
body
clone.
and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
But I guess he wasn't a clone. He was just the actual Sharper.
A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What? No. Ah. You didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, here, dear, reveal the sign. Ah, wonderful!
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard! Now I got malice. Glad you're back, so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry. This is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I mean, there's more of them than there are clipboards. And Sharper, they could literally beat his ass. I'm just saying. Thought so. Do you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. That leads me nicely to my children. Daddy! I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered! I say, I am disappointed. I am disappointed would be an understatement. But silence, Augustus. An adult speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential, who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you failed me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I've been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? Let's focus on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? What about? It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. It's just no helping that. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? There he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense! The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. Only did what I did because you left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You are about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. It goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. That's why they made me a dog. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of perennial harvest? Ah, you think that puffed up Blake Blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Down. I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? A patsy. Clever. Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear! Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha! The young hero! I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. That's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now that time is my plaything, perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
No chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Clearly, yes. So, I'm at the final branch, I guess. This is where he goes to shove me in the thing. There was a mouse lurking in his eyes.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course. I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, I know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. No, let me guess, I can't interact with anything and I should just head back. Because Malice is probably the last word, right? No, we have room for one more word. Okay. There he is. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree. This is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little thing, a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It'd be a shame if
The
someone.
two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Should I follow them? Sharper in his thing doesn't look like a Rottweiler.
A bit much, if you.
Should I follow them, though? Excuse me. I'm gonna go. Because I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
After the foul harvest destroyed the Valentine's
This is all old. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Maybe check the forest before I just head back home. This is the Rollo's missing storyline. I can't go that way. Okay. Can't talk to you. I'm gonna guess everything else is still. Oh, no. He looked down and muttered in a gruff voice. Mama always told me my problems would look smaller once I grew up. My problems always seem to grow right along with me. Heavens, I sense big trouble ahead. Thanks. Nope. Got anything new? No. Well, check with Dawn. Nope, Dawn's also done. Well, let's go see if crooked is one of my fishing terms. Oh, there's people here. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwell. I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Ah, you can get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's drunk and sunny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be drunken? Might as well ask the same thing of you. Found anything good? Ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the trunk is trash. You learn a lot about a person by looking at what they threw away. This bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, I better get going. I don't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Still nothing from leaning on this. It served no purpose. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it a shot here. Yep, crooked.
Luca tied a bent nail onto the line. If all you have is a hammer.
Oh, wasn't looking over.
Luca tied a. If all you.
What are we gonna get out of this? Huh? It's a photo of a deer and a dog. Okay, so it's... Yeah. It's a photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me see that. Look at those two young fools. How did it end up at the bottom of the pond? Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come and fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. What's a new job got to do with him fishing with us? It's complicated. Like I said, some things are hard to explain. They stop being friends. That's what it has to do with it. Well, that's the final fishing. Yeah. Okay. Thought there'd be more to it. So now that I have the photo, do I go back? No. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo? Sigh. Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag.
There's a hammock, but I guess
He
we'll sleep in
conceded
the
to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black
Another
expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Lucas stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
And it ends there for the chapter?
Chapter 5.
Oh, now we're back to chapter 5. Oh no.